millions of their members around the world. The Gambia Association of Cooperative Credit Unions, otherwise called NACOC, also observed the commemoration of this auspicious day, which began with a march past led by the police band from Westfield, Gulf Churchilltown, Serekunda Market, and finally to the Carnegie Municipal Council grounds, where various speakers had a great deal to offer to the people.
Our goal has always been the same: to build capacity through training, provide financial services, and thus creating opportunities that will enable our members to succeed and improve their livelihood. Honorable Guest Speaker, with the support of His Excellency's government through your ministry, our movement has grown over the years to a total membership of 62,679.
Here at the KMC, for instance, a great majority of our staff now rely more on the credit union than the institution for loans. This has lessened the burden of the management as regards the disbursement of loans and salary advances. Much more critically, during Tobaski and other national feasts, the union plays a very important role in settling the economic needs of its members at those crucial times of families.
Speaking on behalf of the Governor of Central Bank of the Gambia, Bai Senghor is the Director of Microfinance Department at the Central Bank of the Gambia.
Latest data that credit unions operating in the Gambia mobilized deposits totaling $510 million in 2012, an increase of 16% from 2011. Loans, on the other hand, rose to $414 million, or 21%, compared to the same period in 2011. This is a tremendous achievement worthy of commendation.
My ministry attaches greater importance to the contribution of financial institutions, including the credit unions, in enhancing the economic and social needs of our citizens. As credit unions, our financial institutions, their support to the informal sector of the economy is really commendable and in line with the government's overall strategy of promoting financial inclusion and wealth creation.
The Minister of Agriculture, Solomon Owens, highlighted the pivotal role credit unions play in improving lives of people, assuring NACOC members of his ministry's unflinching support to continue touching many lives.
NACOC and its affiliated credit unions have taken the bold, commendable steps of providing financial services to the doorsteps of even the rural populace, which by implication helps mitigate the resource constraints amongst our most underprivileged communities, the farmers. This is truly in line with government policy objectives of enhancing food security, employment creation, and poverty reduction.
NACOC has brought the provision of collaborative financial services to the doorsteps of over 70,000 people across the length and breadth of the country. Despite facing some challenges in effectively carrying out their duties, NACOC is committed to continue striving hard to touch the lives of many more Gambians, particularly the poor and the marginalized women living in rural areas. Buba SMCC, GRTS.
After distributing questionnaire to stakeholders with a view to soliciting their contribution to efforts geared towards developing a strategic plan for the period 2014 to 2018, the Gambia Standards Bureau recently convened an interface to, among other things, review the input of respondents and subject them to SWOT analysis. Rohibite has the details.
Ensuring quality food in the Gambia, but also maintaining quality in all services and products, both locally and those imported into the Gambia. Quality is a significant aspect of all products and services, but many still take it for granted, and for many, concentration is more on quantity and not quality. It is for this reason that the Gambia Standards Bureau was established. And since its inception, the Bureau has been increasing efforts aimed at maintaining quality in the products and services rendered in the country to satisfy customers.
The Board of Directors in that regard decided to approve the development of 10 food and food-related standards. We started work by calling upon the stakeholders within the National Codex Committee, but also other relevant stakeholders and also to put in place a procedure for the adoption or development of standards in accordance with the internationally accepted procedure. This international accepted procedure is the WTO accepted and the ISO procedure for setting international standards. And that procedure is the ISO IEC Guide 21.
Since they were able to achieve that, the Bureau is now working on improving its mandate to other areas so as to ensure there is international accepted procedures of maintaining quality in all products and services consumed in the country.
The aim of the Bureau, as envisaged in the Act, or I would say the philosophy of the Act, is for the Bureau to be a facilitator, for the Bureau to encourage the development of trade, both nationally and internationally, but also to protect human health, safety, and the consumer value for money.
This consultative meeting intended to strengthen the strategic plan 2014-2018 of the Bureau with stakeholders, according to Baidudu Jallo, has a significant role to play in their operations. For people to be sure of what they're consuming, quality measures need to be taken in consideration while producing and providing services. That also applies to business whose progress, both locally and internationally, could be sustained by providing quality which should be maintained in all aspects. These stakeholders' input in the planning of the Gambia Standards Bureau strategic plan is considered significant in ensuring quality food production and services in the country. Rohibite, Grts News.
Extension workers and conservation assistants have been refreshing their knowledge of horticultural best practices and the value chain approach. The three-day interface held under the auspices of the National Agriculture, Land and Water Management Development Project, as Mamaji reports, forms part of efforts aimed at building a critical mass of highly skilled frontline agricultural officers.
Continues to be a cause for concern in the food production and consumption chain. It is no surprise, therefore, that the Livestock and Horticulture Development Project and the Gambia Livestock Agency have combined efforts to stage a 4-day refresher training devoted to meat hygiene and processing techniques, targeting pig farmers and butchers. The workshop at Wellingara Model Horticulture Center that attracted a cross-section of pig farmers and butchers is among a range of efforts geared towards improving production and productivity. Ibrahim Acham, coordinator of the program, emphasized the importance of the training and its potential to arm participants with best practices whilst enhancing productivity. Cham urged the farmers and butchers to capitalize on the refresher training and share lessons learned with those who were not fortunate enough to take part in the exercise. One indicator of the West Coast Regional Agriculture Department said the program seeks to complement government's efforts at achieving food self-sufficiency and tie it to his department's drive to be on a par with international best practices. Sang Mendy, who deputized for Livestock and Horticulture Development Project, also emphasized the importance of hygiene in pig husbandry, which also extends to abattoirs. In a separate but similar engagement, members of the staff of the Ministry of Agriculture recently benefited from a training program that targeted extension workers and conservation assistants. The capacity enhancement effort was devoted to horticulture and value chain approach and is among a host of efforts aimed at ensuring national food self-sufficiency. Esa Koli, the National Agricultural Land and Water Management Development Project Officer, reiterated the importance of the capacity building program, which he said could fast-track efforts at ensuring food security and generate income. Landin Sonko, Deputy Director, Plant Production Service at the Agriculture Department, noted the plant's capability to equip participants with the requisite skills for enhanced horticultural production and productivity. Sonko also said the project was conceived to improve the standards of living of beneficiaries, but not without reminding participants to concentrate on the training, for in his words, the importance of the program cannot be overemphasized. The main thrust of the 3-day exercise is to train participants on the horticulture value chain approach. It is hoped that the skills gathered will come in handy when they go out in the field with a view to shoring up production and productivity. Mama J, Grts.